What is crack-a-lacking, y'all? What's crack-a-lacking? This is spontaneous. This is a spontaneous live. Yesterday I was like, I really wanted to talk to y'all about like the month of May and everything. So here Bria is talking to all of you, talking to herself, and just chilling. We're just hanging out. So, yeah, village night. I'm calling it this, and yeah, like I hosted village nights last year and earlier this year in like January and February, but I kind of like stopped doing it because it turned into something that it wasn't. But I'm glad that we're here right now, and village night is now being reborn as an IG live series. And I told you all that I was going to be doing it in June, but I was like, it's the last Saturday of the month. I normally do my intention setting and my intention review and all that stuff anyway. So I was like, let's have a conversation. Like, let's vibe, let's chat. So I have my journal here, and I have snack, and I also have water with me. I'm gonna take my AirPods out because they're distracting me. They're making weird noises. And so, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna chat about how was May and everything and what we want going into June. So, I made a reel with some questions for you to review your experience in May, but I just want to share about like the retreat and everything that happened this month and my intention for May. So, gonna go straight to the journal because I had this moment during the retreat and I was like, oh my gosh, my intention is happening. My intention is happening. And so if I didn't do this practice, I wouldn't have been able to realize that I manifested this, that this was happening. So my intention for May was just to be basic. And I put on my calendar, it's over there now. It says being basic doesn't mean that you're boring, because it doesn't. It doesn't mean that you're boring. And I said, keep it simple and easy. If it ain't broke, why you trying to fix it? I said 2 ingredients make mac and cheese, and mac and cheese is dope. It's dope. So that was kind of my intention for May, is just to take it easy, be slow, and not try to rush the process, because that happens sometimes. And it's just like, how can I slow down? How can I be easy? And like the retreat happened, and it's like my whole life was at a and, and so like obviously I was working for the retreat, I cooked, it was a great and amazing time. But on my 22 things to do before 23, a little list that I do each year on my birthday, I put on there, I'm gonna pull it off so I can read it. I said that I wanted to meet my internet friends. And I got to meet so many of my internet friends at this retreat, and it's just crazy to think about in hindsight that I had a specific person that I thought I was going to meet. And it's like, no, the universe had other things in mind. So I got to meet my coach, two of my coaches, Katie J at Womanifester, who was hosting the retreat, and I also got to meet my business coach, and I also got to connect with one of my really good friends now, Emmy. So yeah, I'm just so excited that that happened, and that, you know, I got to see my friends. Hey there, I see you. I'm trying not to be weird, but yeah, it's hard for me. But like I was saying, my intention for May was to, I'm just going to read it straight verbatim. I said, I intend to sit with the love and support of my inner circle so I can show up in the abundance of the beautiful life that I am embodying, so that I can support my community and my role in this space. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm at this retreat. I'm sitting with all these amazing women. And I literally wrote that because like when I set my intentions and the questions that I asked myself, it's like, what are you calling in this month? What do you want to give and receive during this time? Where do you want to give more intention? And I said, I will receive love from others and support, receive love from others and support. And I said, I'm grateful and honored to have such amazing people in my life, and I want to fully sit with the love and support and savor and bathe in those moments presently. Did that not happen at the retreat? I think it did. I think it did happen, and I'm just like, wow. And it's crazy to me because I started this practice of like really being intentional with like monthly reviews and weekly intention setting when I started coaching with Katie. I was like, I really want to take this seriously. I want to get the most out of this coaching experience, and for me to do that, I had to like be intentional with myself. So I started this process, and it first started with just me setting an intention for the week and not really reviewing it, but I've been doing this now for 38 weeks, so a little while. And yeah, my mind is just like that this is all happening, and that like, oh my gosh, I wrote something down on paper. I said, this is what I want. The world, the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it, heard my call and answered my needs. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed mouths don't get fed. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm flipping through, but like after all of this, I asked myself the question of, what did I learn this month? What did I learn during May? And again, I'm gonna refer back to my journal, and I was like, I learned that it really truly takes a village. Like, it takes a village. You really cannot do anything without the support of someone else. I was talking with my sister, and I was just like, if I wanted to get my license, I have to go to the DMV, and if the person who works at the DMV doesn't show up, how can I get the license? If the DMV is closed, how can I get the license? And it's just like, wow. No matter how much I would love and like to do things on my own, I can't. I'm always going to need the support of someone or something else to get there. And it's just like sitting with that and embracing that it takes a village, and I don't have to go through this alone, and I can ask for help and support when and where I need it. And being at the retreat just taught me that, because I cooked every meal except for one during the retreat. So 2 meals a day, and one night we went out for dinner, and like, whoa, I don't even cook like that for myself. And so it's just like my energy level was a little bit lower than usual, just because I wasn't like, my eating schedule was weird, and yeah, like things were just different than normal. And so I had to like sit with the fact that, hey, I need to take a nap. Is this okay? Can I take a nap? And just like vocalizing that instead of like pushing through, because we don't have to push through if we don't want to. And pushing through is just like a way to ignore your body. Listen to your body. Listen to your body, folks. And so, yeah, like I learned so much, and I was like, obviously the highlight of this month of May was the retreat, and it just really put some things into perspective for me. And like my awareness now is just like my awareness is so huge. But yeah, like okay, if you're here, if you're watching the replay, you get the inside scoop. So I'm gonna record a little podcast episode about this, but I am going to be serving moms, and I already do this. I do this with my own mother, helping her out where she needs it, and just like supporting her where I can. But I've also just supported women in general my whole life. And so it's like, now I know how I can help them. And so it's just like, I want to help mothers use their free time so that they don't lose themselves in motherhood, because there's so many mothers out there who have taken on the role and title of mom and have integrated into their identity when it's not their identity. It's not your identity. It is not your identity. Role and title, that's it. That's just a thing. It's just a thing. And so it's like, who are you underneath that? I want to create space for you to discover what you want, what you desire, and go back to creating those, desires and chasing those dreams. So yeah, you heard it here first. I'm not really changing my niche, but I am niching down on who I'm helping. And so that goes to anybody who's holding a role or title and getting lost in it. it applies to me too as a business owner. Like, I need to be intentional about the time that I'm taking with myself so that I don't lose myself in my business, because my business is not me. Bria is me. And who is Bria? So I have to like be intentional about like the journaling practices I do and spending time with myself and not pressuring myself to show up in a way that's not authentic for me. So yeah, that's kind of that thing. And another thing, I'm really nervous to share this, but every time I share it, I know I feel so much better. So I'm going to share it with you all. I don't know when this will happen, but I know it will happen. Speaking things into existence. I'm going to become a doula. I have wanted to help moms in some capacity delivering babies or something. Like, when I was in high school, all the rave was Bria's going to medical school. She's going to be an OBGYN. She's going to deliver babies. She might be a midwife. She's going to do the thing. And I was like, that's a lot of school. That's not really my jam. And the healthcare industry is, corrupt. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And so at the beginning, like last year, a year ago, I have the tab of all the websites that I saved, which, past Bria, shout out to you, because you coming in clutch. So, okay, stay focused. Stay focused, Bria. So I'm going to become a doula. And so it's just like the research that I did a year ago, like this retreat allowed me to connect the dots that I didn't even know were like on the graph. The way that I think about it, let's take it here. How do I explain this game to you? Oh, Zumba, the little game with the frog where you like click the balls and it like, okay, if you know the game, you know the game. But basically there's different levels, and on the map you have to complete a certain amount of levels before like another part of the map opens up. And so it's like that part's foggy or whatever. That's what May felt like for me. I felt like I saw the whole map for the first time, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is possible. This is what I can do. And then it's like, whoa, the good, the bad, the desirable, the undesirable, the comfortable, the discomfort, all of it. I saw all of it. I was like, I saw all the dips. I saw everything. And I was like, okay. I said, I can do this. I'm committed to the process. And I was like, this is what we're doing. This is what's happening. And I was like, oh. And so, yeah, like I know right now my priority isn't going to some sort of certification process to get to like actually be certified as a doula, but I am going to support moms whatever way I can, because I've just seen so many people lose themselves in motherhood and in titles and roles, and I'm guilty of it too, even though I'm not a mom. Being a student, being a daughter, being a recruit, and it's just like, who's Bria? Who is she? And so like just taking the time to figure out that so I can show up for my friends, family, and community more authentically. So that's kind of what I was journaling about this morning. And I have those questions on my reels and my stories if you want to check out the questions that I asked myself during the review and intention process. I haven't set my intentions for June yet, but I think it's so important to review. It's so important to review where you are and witness where you are. And I know that I'm a little spontaneous when I decided that this was going to be the live time and that this was going to be what the topic of the live would be. But I'm happy to be here talking to myself. I do this anyway. I'm a podcaster, so I'm always talking to myself. And so it's not awkward for me to record something and have people watch it later. But I'm really grateful and appreciative that this intuitive hit came to me, and I decided to respond because I'm so excited for the next village night and the way that that's gonna look, when we review June and set our intentions. And so, yeah, this is happening, and I'm just appreciating every step of the process and being present in today, because that's all I can do. Show up for my needs today, show up for myself, show up for my body, my mind, my soul, all those things, and see how it shapes my tomorrow. So yeah, I'm I'm sitting in the room by myself right now, but if you want to leave a comment about anything you experienced in May, share your highlight. We want to celebrate you, anything that happened, what you learned, aha moments, things that you want to leave behind in May, any of that stuff, you can leave it in the comments and we can chat about it. I will respond to you. But yeah, I have to go and head off to a meeting and get my mind right and start doing my intentions for June. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And I'll see y'all next time. Know that I love you. You're an inspiration. You're beautiful. You're popping, and you'll always be popping. And just remember that you are not your roles. You are not the titles that you hold. You are insert name. I am Bria. You are you. And at the core, all you need to be is that. You don't need to be anything more. You just need to be yourself and lean into your truth and your authenticity. And before I go, I'm going to let you know about my one-on-one coaching and the intensive that I'm working on. So my one-on-one program is wow, my brain went really fast there for a second. My one-on-one coaching program is 4 months long, and it's just about this process of being intentional and just making those habits of checking in with yourself habitual, and I'll guide you through that process of integrating those things into your life. And right now I'm creating a 4-week intensive for you to tap into your authenticity. So if you're interested in any of that, shoot me a DM. I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes, and I will come and share that with you as we go. But I'm super excited for the 4-week intensive, like so excited. So in the intensive, you will get access to me. So we'll have 4 calls together each week of the intensive, and I will have worksheets and all these things in this whole like little kind of module situation, but not really module, self-paced experience for you that you can go back and tap in and say, hey, are these things that are still a priority? Are these things that I still want? And so yeah, that's just what I'm working on. I'm feeling amazing. I'm excited to be a coach. I'm excited to step into the title of being a doula. Oh my gosh, a doula. Do you get the play on words? Doulas bloom, doula. Okay, I'm excited, but I'm gonna finish eating my parfait with my homemade granola. I'm gonna hop on my call, get hydrated, dance a little because I got a lot of energy right now, and I'll see y'all all next time. I'll see y'all later. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't say that lightly. I love you. But yeah, I'll see y'all all next time. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm gonna stop being weird.